Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about a strategy that is very common, and it's very well liked by a lot of people. It's called the Iron Cross. So we're going to look at this strategy here in two different increments as far as like money goes. All right, so two different denominations. We're going to look at a high roller and a low roller setup. So let's first of all look at the setup real quick. Okay, so these are a couple ways you could do it. More of a high roller would be minimum I've saved at least 30 bucks on the 6 and 8, 25 on the 5, and then roughly $15 in the field. Okay, you could do $20. Depends on if there's a lot of field numbers hitting or not. A low roller, you wouldn't really want to go any lower than this right here. It's basically a $39 strategy to start with. And the reason being is you want to have increments that are split in half based from what you win on your place bets to what you're going to win on your field bets. So, all right, this is what we call a base layout. For those seasoned veterans that like to go play craps, understand that you start playing the Iron Cross, and then you'll start throwing the ATS and the hot bets and some hard ways, maybe a come bet, whatever. We start adding to these layouts. But what I want to talk about today is the base layout of the Iron Cross. And this is exactly what it is. A place bet of 5, 6, and 8 and a field bet. That is the Iron Cross base layout for anybody that's new to craps. So, all right, now that we've covered that this is the base layout, I want you to understand how the strategy works. So, let's take a look at that. All right, so the strategy works because we've got double the amount on the place bet side that is not covered on the field. So if you look at the field here, there is no 5, 6, or 8 on the field, which means that if you throw the field numbers here, you're not going to win a 5, 6, or 8. But also means if you throw a place bet 5, 6, or 8, your field bet will lose because it's not covered on the field. This is a one-roll bet. These are not. The reason we lay out this way is because we want to take advantage of every single number on the board. All right. The only way we lose with this layout is with a 7. So once the point is hit, let's say that we throw the first roll and the point is a 4. Now the only thing that can hurt us with this strategy is a 7. All right. If anything else rolls other than a 7, we're going to get paid. So let's look at that. I'm showing you how the strategy works. So if the 5, 6, or 8 gets rolled, you're going to win $35, okay, because that's what each of those would pay, based on if any one of those hit. And you would lose $15. So 35 minus 15 is $20. You're going to win a profit of $20. Let's get a visual of that. All right, so let's say that we hit $35. Let's say we threw a 5. Okay, so there's $35 there. So this is our win for throwing the 5. We lose 15 because 5 is not a filled number. So when we replace the 15 to continue with the Iron Cross, this is what we profited from that roll. All right. Now we'll just show it real quickly on the lower level here, and then we'll continue on. So if we hit that 5 on the lower level, you're going to win $14. Okay, you're going to lose $5. When you replace that, you have a profit of $9. So you won $9 for that roll of the dice on the lower level of it. So that is how the Iron Cross works. No matter what number you roll, you're going to get paid. If you roll a field number, 3, 4, 9, 10, or 11, you're going to get paid even money here. And nothing up here is affected. You just get $5 win here. You get a $15 win here, and so that's how you're still covering all these numbers. If you're fortunate enough to throw a 2 or a 12, you're going to get paid double. So you'd get $10 here, you would get $30 there. All right? Guys, that's how the base layout of the Iron Cross works. All right, so next we're going to talk about how many hits it takes to actually break even. So you're going to start understanding how to win or how this strategy will lose next. Okay guys, let's take a look at how many hits does it take to actually make this base layout break even. Once we understand how many hits it takes, we can understand how to win with this strategy. Let's get started. We're going to go ahead and just look at the higher level strategy just to save time, guys, but understand it's the same thing with lower level strategies because they're the same strategy, just a lower denomination. All right, so let's say that we throw the dice and the point is a 9. Okay, so roll 1. This doesn't win anything because it shouldn't have been out there. I shouldn't have had it on the field on the come out roll. This is a live roll. If you put it out there, they're going to take that. In this case, I would have got paid 15 for the 9, but I'm going to actually pull it like it wasn't out there because we don't want to put it out there before the come out roll. All right, the come out roll, point is established. Let's say now second roll is an 8. 8's going to win $35. Okay. So now, with that $35 win, we lose 15 from the field because 8 is not a field number. So we win 35, lose 15. We need to replace this to continue playing the base iron cross. So that means we won $20 profit on that one roll. Okay, 5 rolls next. Also wins $35. It also loses the 15 in the field because 5 is not a field number. We replace the field, we got a $20 profit. 2 rolls. Okay, now we roll the 6. Of course, all the place bet numbers win 35 and they lose the field, which is 15. All right, same scenario. You're going to replace that, win $20. Okay, now we throw an 8. You win 35, lose 15, replace 15, keep 20 of it. All right, just a quick glimpse of what's going on here. Okay, we wanted to see how many rolls it takes to break even. All right, so most of you that have played craps before understand that a lot of times there's not very many rolls. Sometimes they're 0.7s. No matter what strategy you play, you're going to lose on 0.7s. But what we're looking at right now is 4 rolls that were actually hits. 5 rolls in because of the point. We don't get paid on the point because it's a come out. So 4 more rolls after that. Luckily, they hit the inside numbers, which profited us $20 each. So we're 5 rolls in. If the 7 hit right now, we only made $80 profit, and we're losing $100 because this layout here costs $100. So we lose 100, we win 80. That means we went backwards $20. All right, but luckily we threw another 8. All right, so in this case, this is what I wanted to show you right here. You're going to lose this. If you replace that, you profit 20. So you need 6 rolls of inside numbers to hit to break even. All right, so that's how you understand how to win at the game of craps using the iron cross, is by understanding the break-even point. So now you need to adjust your strategy based on this information and this knowledge that you have. So if it takes basically 6 rolls of inside numbers to make $100, that means if on the 7th roll now you threw the 7, you made 100, you lost 100, you got a freaking goose egg because you didn't pull any money down. So that's what we're going to talk about, how to make money. Now that we understand we need 5 inside hits, you're going to need more if you're hitting field numbers because you're only winning $15 per field hit. So really, if you hit 5 field hits, what is that? That's 30, that's only $75. You would need 7 field hits if they were all field hits to break even. All right. So just use that as kind of like a leveling point for any amount you put up here, whether you got $1,000 5, whatever it is, $1,400 or $1,200 6, $1,200 8, and a $500 field. You're going to need between 5 and 7 hits based on what's hitting just to get to the goose egg spot. So with that information, you look at how the table's playing and decide, okay, so now that we know how to break even, guys, let's go ahead and see how we can win with this strategy. Okay guys, since we know what it takes to break even with this strategy now, let's go ahead and figure out how to win. But first, we also need to realize how it's going to lose. That way we understand what's going on, okay? This will be quick and easy, all right? So if we look at this here, I'm going to make the how you're going to lose super easy, and I think you already have that figured out, because understanding how to break even, you realize what's happening if you're not. Super quick, guys. If you decide to stay up and not bring any of your money down whatsoever, you're going to go backwards if you throw a 0.7, if you throw any number up to 5 numbers before a 7. So if you throw a 0.7, you're going to lose $100. If you throw a 7 after the first roll that you score with, you're going to basically lose 80. If you throw a 7 after the second, you're going to lose 60, because you're winning 20 every roll on the place bets. You're winning a little less on this. So just remember, if you throw a 7 before 5 scores of place bet numbers, you're going to go backwards, all right? And if you throw a 7 before 7 scores, if you're only hitting filled numbers, you're going to go backwards, because you need roughly 7 complete filled hits to make 100, or you need 5 complete place bet hits to make 100. So anything under between 5 and 7, you're going to not win any money. All right, that's how you're going to lose money playing the Iron Cross. Okay, so how can we actually win money playing the Iron Cross? Let's break that down. All right, so point comes out and it's a 4. Okay, roll number 1 is in the books. This wasn't on there again. All right, so now we lay out our field and we're ready to start making money. This is how you win playing the Iron Cross. Next roll, let's say it's a 4. Okay, you're going to win 15 bucks. All right, this is where the gambler in you needs to decide what you want to do. Right now, if you truly want to win playing the Iron Cross and you're not playing so aggressive, this is one way you could play it on the non-aggressive side. So you get 1 hit, you scored on not the 4, because that was the point. Let's just make it the 10. Okay, you threw the 10, so scratch the 4. We threw the 10, you won $15, you're over here. All right, that's 1 roll down. You could pull all your $100 down now, and you profited $15. What can you do with $15? Well, probably nothing. So what you could do in that case, if you wanted, if you pulled all your money down, you could place the 6 and 8 for $12, which would give you a profit of $3. Now you won on the Iron Cross. That's how you win, okay? Now, of course, the longer you stay on, the more risk you're taking for that 7 to come. So let's say that you decide to stay up another roll, take another chance. The good thing about the Iron Cross is you're going to win with every freaking roll except the 7. So as long as the 7 don't come, you know, you're going to make some money. Let's say we throw an 8 next. All right, so the 8 pays 35. Okay, we lose this because 8 is not in the field. If you decide you want to stay up another one, let's say we're not. Let's say we're coming down now after 2. All right, so now you've got 35 plus 15. That's 40. You've got $50. Actually, we have to put this in here to make it out right. So you've got what? 35. You've got $35 right here. Okay, you've got $35. If you bring down your $100, you have won $35 now. Okay, so the point I'm making is to secure a win, you know, because the 7 is coming. Once you start rolling the dice, it's gonna come. We just don't know how long. If they say the average roll is 6, and I've been to the casino many times where it's not 6, it's, you know, 2 or 3. This is where you need to decide as a gambler how much you're willing to risk and how quick you want to take your money down to profit. All right, so let's say if you took it down after 2 hits, you got 35 bucks there, you're a winner. Okay, let's just say we stay up for another hit. All right, now the 6 hits, so that's another 35. Okay, you lose 15. Okay, you replace that. So now you've got $55 profit if you come down now. All right. So what can you do in this instance? All right. So if you want to secure the win at this point, you say, I'm willing to take a chance with 3 rolls, because you do have to gamble if you're going to win some money. All right. There's no way you're guaranteed to win every single time you play the Iron Cross. It's not possible, because nothing in life is perfect. But you want to try and win more than not. So you want to be off the board in less rolls than longer rolls, because the odds are that there's not going to be many long rolls throughout the day. Okay, you might be able to get away with 3 rolls 7 out of 10 times. And if you can do that, then in most cases, you're going to be profitable. So that's basically what you want to look for. How can I score 7 out of 10 times? Because there's going to be some 0.7s. There's going to be a 7 after the first hit. There's going to be a 7 after the second hit. So you're going to get bit here and there. But you want to try and make it roughly where you can at least get through 3 rolls 7 out of 10 hands. And then you'll win. But what I'm trying to say here, in order to win, you got to be off the board before 5 rolls in most cases. Sometimes there's going to be a 40 roll. I've thrown 40, I've thrown 32, I've thrown 12. The last time I went to the casino, I didn't throw less than like 8 in probably 25 throws that I had. So there's going to be days like that too, but you just got to get a feel for it. So I just want you to understand the base thing is knowing where you break even, and that is basically 5 to 7 rolls. So you can devise a winning plan knowing that information right there. How long do you want to stay up? 2 rolls, 3 rolls, 4 rolls? At this point here, one of the smart things we could do is we could bring our $100 down. Okay, this is something you can do to win. So now you've got your initial bet locked up. You've got 25. You've got $55. That's profit. So you could do something like play 22 across now. All right, and you can do this in any number of ways, any way you want to do it. So now you still got money in play, and you've got $33 in the bank guaranteed. So you can do that every hand. If you get past 3 rolls, bring your 100 down. You roughly should be right around 55, somewhere in there at profit. Throw 22 up and finish the hand out with that. Now you can get aggressive with this, with the collect and the press. You could just keep it there and keep collecting your 7 as they hit till you 7 out. You could do whatever you want from here, but you've locked up some profit, all right? So this is giving you the potential to win. This is not a guarantee you're gonna win, because like I said, there's gonna be days you go to the casino, and if you bought in for, 600 bucks, you need 7 out of 10 hands to be at least 3 rolls or better if you're playing a 3 roll and down type of strategy. But literally, there might be 6 or 7 out of the 10 hands that are 0.7s or 2.7s or whatever. It's just you have a better chance to make money with 3 or less coming down, because the odds, at least the odds are a little bit better for you that it's going to roll 3 rolls at least, not guaranteed. That's how you can win with the Iron Cross. Okay guys, let's talk really quick about a couple ways you could be non-aggressive and a couple ways you can be aggressive. So if we have that same layout out there, and I'm not going to try to go through exactly pulling down the money and everything because it takes a lot longer. So hopefully you can get a visual and understand what it is I'm trying to accomplish here. But let's first off start with how we can get less aggressive with this strategy and try to make money. Come out, roll 10. Okay, this was off. I keep doing that. Okay, now the first roll we have a chance to make money with is the second roll. Let's say we roll an 8. All right, so one of the things we can do is we're going to make $35. Okay, so we lose the 15. Replace this. That means we have 20 in our pocket. So the first thing we can do is we could still stay up for 3 rolls, but we could start regressing a little bit here. Let's just go ahead and do it. Just easier. Okay, so now we pull this down. Okay, and then we put 24 up there instead of 35. Okay, so now we've got so we've got 24, 48, 68, 78. No, that's not right. 24 and 24 is 48. 58, 68, 78. So what do we got? $83 at risk now, and we have 20 in our bank. So if we were to throw the 7 now, we're only going to lose $63. Okay. If we would have left the others up here, we would have lost 100, made 20, so we would have lost $80. So that's lessening our risk by $17 by coming down 1 unit. Okay, so this is one less aggressive way to play it. So let's say now we throw 6. Okay, we're going to get $28. Okay, so now we lose this. And instead of putting 3 in the field, we're going to only put 2. So we have a profit of 15. All right. And now we're going to come down another unit off of these. Okay, so we're still going to play for 3 scores. Okay, so this now comes down and goes back in our rack. So now we've got $10, $20, $35, $38 here. And we only have 30, oops, this should have come down. So 36, 46, 56, $61 there. All right, so 61 minus 38, what is that? $23 now at risk, because if we throw the 7 now, we would only lose 23 between the amount we have here and the amount that's up here. Okay, so that's another way you could play less aggressive. Now just visualize this so I don't have to go through this process. Let's say we had the $30 here, $30 on the 6, 25 on the 5, and 15 in the field. We just do the exact opposite, all right? So on the first hit, we made 35, so we lose 15, we profit 20. We take that $20 and we press these up 1 unit, okay? The next hit, we're gonna get paid $42, okay? So we press it up another unit and possibly press the field 1 unit. The third hit, now we're gonna make, what is that, 49 bucks? So then you press it up maybe 2 units and 1 unit here for the third hit. And then if it hits again, now you can come back down to the 30, 30, 25, 15, or you might come all the way down to 22 inside, whatever the case may be. That's the way you can play it aggressive, all right? You could also stay up for longer than the original amount planned and just take a chance. If you want to play aggressive, you can just stay up for 7 rolls. You can just say, you know, forget it, I'm going to take a chance. This guy's been rolling good. I'm going to go ahead and try and stay up for 7 rolls and then come down. Or you can try and press it all 7 rolls. All right, so that's how you can be aggressive. One last thing is, what adjustments can we make? Okay, so for adjustments on the iron cross, there really isn't much you can do because you're already covering every number. There's some additions you can make to it, like hot bets, horn bets. You could play the come bet, you can play the ATS, or whatever the case may be. So this is one of them strategies that really an adjustment would be more, in a sense, is putting more on your place bets in the field. That's really about an adjustment you can do on the iron cross. Instead of 30, 30, 25, you can go 60, 60, 50, and 30. Those are the adjustments you can make to it, because no matter what you do with the iron cross with the base layout, you're covering every number already. So anything extra, you know, you can't really add a C and an E to fix the strategy because you're only playing the inside or whatever. It's already got everything covered. So everything else as far as adjustments would just be extra. All right, guys. So now I'm going to play through it a little bit, see how we do with it. I'll show you some up and downs, maybe some aggressive presses and some non-aggressive presses. We'll do a roll and see how we turn out. All right, guys, point is 6. I'm going to do a high roller and a low roller. I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible. I may actually speed the video up through this. Okay, hard 10. They're both going to get paid. So this first one we're going to go ahead and do it just the base strategy. All right, so we're going to go for 5 rolls and down. Okay, so gets paid 15, gets paid 5. We'll just put the winnings over here so we see where we end up. That's a 9, so that's also a field winner. Same thing, so that's 2 scores. So we're hoping to hit that 5 threshold, the 5 scores. Okay, there's an 8. All right, so the 8 pays 35 for the top one. All right, and it pays 14 for the bottom one. All right, so let's go ahead, we'll pay that there. This goes here. These lose. So this and this comes here, and we're gonna put these back over here. This loses. Okay, here we go. That's 3 hits. You can see I'm keeping them separate so I know. And this is something you could do at the casino also, so you can keep track. Because at any point, you can come down now. After this, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so what was that? 8. All right, so 8 gets paid 35 over here. And it gets paid 14 over here. Okay, this loses. We replace this. This loses. We replace this. Okay, before you throw real quick, let me explain something to them. All right, so this is what I'm talking about here. If you want to win with this strategy, how far do you want to take it? Okay, so we've actually had 4 scores. Okay, you can see here. So over here, I've got 50. I've got 60. I've got $70. How far do you want to take this? I could take my $100 down now because I still have $100 at risk. If the 7 comes now, I'm going to lose 100 and win 70, so I'm going to be down $30. All right, so what we could do is we could take our 100 down and we have 70 to play with. We can go 22 inside and still keep 48 profit and have 22 to go with. But I'm going to just keep rolling with this one. This is just the base layout. We're just going to see how far we can get with it. But my whole point is, guys, is that you have to have a plan. You have to know how far you're willing to go because, I mean, literally, if she rolls 10 times, all right, we're only going to make $100 from what we figured earlier. Okay, so, all right, here we go. Okay, there's a 4. All right, so let's see where we stand after this one. Okay, so she's rolling pretty good for us. So the 4 would pay $15 and it'll pay $5 here. So looking at this now, we're at 70, 75, 80, $85 there. Okay, and over here on this side, we've got 18, 28, $33 over here. So right now, we're still going to lose money on either of these strategies if she throws a 7 right now. Okay, and there's a yo. Remember, rolls are very rare that they're, you know, past 8 rolls. So you got to start thinking about that. Put that into play. Okay, $15. All right, and $5 win here. So she's already scored 6 times for us. All right, and there's another yo. Okay, so 15 here and 5 here. I'm going to make these some greens. Go ahead, you can keep going. Okay, just to make it easier to see. All right, so she threw a 5. Okay, so 5 is going to pay 35 on this one here. We lose this. All right, I'm going to add another nickel here and keep the quarter. Pays 5 here, so we lose this. Okay, add a nickel. Oops, what did I do?
You paid it. You took it out and paid another one.
Oh, shoot, that wasn't supposed to happen. Oh, hang on. Okay, so this was here. That shouldn't have got paid a nickel. Did I only pay? I paid 35 there. That was right. So I needed to pay 14 here. That's my bad. Okay, so 14 here. We lose this. Replace it with that. This comes over here. So let's have a quick talk again right here. We may not play through 6 hands because this hand is actually giving me some teaching and allowing me to teach you guys some stuff. All right, so right here, look at that. We've got 125, we've got $135 here right now. Okay, the thing I need you guys to understand is if she throws a 7 next, we're going to lose 100. We made 135, so we're only going to profit $35 from this good hand if she throws that 7 now. All right, so in my case, I personally would probably take my $100 down. This is what I would do. Okay, matter of fact, I'm going to do it. All right, I'm going to take my $100 down. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this into some change. Okay, so I'm going to get $50 in reds. Okay, there's 50 in reds. And what I'm going to do up top is I'm going to play, I'm going to do a 44 inside. Okay, I'm going to get 10 in whites. Okay, so I can put the 4 there, or the 2 there. And I am actually going to go ahead and take these 5s and place them there. So now, here's my initial $100 buy-in. Now I'm locking up right now. Make that a 5. I'm locking up an $81 profit. If the 7 comes now, I'm going to make $81 from that hand. And I still have enough money up here to get aggressive with, and if it's an extremely long hand now. This side over here, this is a good point. This is one thing I wanted to show you guys. When you're playing lower money, it's really hard to do something like this. Look at all this money I have to make money up there on a good hand. Over here, if you look at this, I've got 27, 37, 47. I've got $52 in winnings right now, and I've got $39 on the board. So it's really hard to come down to still make a good profit. But we can, if we wanted to, I mean, you could just go to 22 inside and lock up some profit. So in all reality, it makes it really tough when you play small money to make money. Because look at this, has been a good hand already. And at $52 minus 39, that's only what, $13 profit I'm making right here right now. And over here, I've already got an $81 profit, and I still got $54 on the board to make money with. So I'm going to stay up with this hand here, and we're going to go ahead and make that adjustment there. Here we go. Okay, there's an 8. So, and remember, we used that base layout of the iron cross to switch to a different strategy. Matter of fact, we could have stayed with the iron cross, a lower level iron cross like this one if we wanted to. Let's do that since we're playing the iron cross. Okay, I'm going to actually do the same thing on the top as I am on the bottom because I regressed to that. So I'm going to bring all of this back. So in reality, I've got $75, $85, $96 locked up no matter what, and we just hit an 8. Okay, so this side gets 14 and this side gets 14. All right, so now we're going to go ahead. These get lost. We'll go ahead and replace this. Keep this. Keep this. Also, what you can do now, since we're in the profit with these, huh? Yeah, I did. So now what we could do too, since we're already here, we can get a little bit more aggressive with it. So I think that's what I'll start doing on this side since I've got a good profit locked up already. And I'll show you what I mean by that. I'm going to start pressing. So I'm actually, there's the 7 right there. All right, so from that roll, you'll see the difference in the amount that each makes. And of course, it's because of the amount this person was willing to risk. And that's the only reason they made a good hand. But both sides still did good. Okay, so this side started with $39 up there. So let's look and see here. Okay, I'm going to get 3 reds for those, just to make it easier. Okay, so $39. I should have kept some. All right, so this is the profit they made on that hand. That was a pretty good roll too. So they made $22. So based off of that base starting strategy and coming down sooner or whatever, like I was teaching you guys, this is what happens on a long roll. You end up winning only $22, to where if you would have played it more of the non-aggressive, you know, take 3 or 4 hits and then come down some, you would have made more money. Over here, we did good because of the amount that was high. This was our initial starting bankroll. And this is our profit we made here. So we made, there's $100 right there. So we made $105 playing the more aggressive style up there. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Make sure to send me in your strategies and I'll break them down. I'll show them on a Monday and then I'll play them through the week and get more insight into it. And then I'll do something like this with your strategy. Somewhere between a Thursday and a Saturday, I'll put out another video explaining how to win with it and the pros and cons that I see with it. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching me break down the Iron Cross for you guys. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll do the best I can to answer them. Hopefully, I kind of gave you an insight to make it a little bit easier to try to win with this strategy at the casino. Just remember, all strategies will win, all strategies will lose, depends on how the dice rolls. But if you have an understanding of how the strategy wins, I feel you have a better chance. Just that little tidbit of knowledge, knowing that you need 5 hits with the base layout to even break even, you should be able to think about it and figure out how can you adjust to try to pull in some profits before that 7 comes. That's going to be where it's up to you to decide. If you guys want to send me one of your strategies to try, I'll go ahead and try the strategy. I'll put it out on a Monday, and then somewhere between Thursday and Saturday, I'm going to try and do a little layout like this where I break it down a little bit more, see what some pros and cons are, see the aggressiveness, the non-aggressiveness, things like that. Basically the same layout you saw with this, I'll try to do with each and every strategy that I start putting up on Mondays. But once again, guys, thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.